Have you ever stared at a PS5 online, checked the price, looked at your bank account, and quietly closed the tab? Yeah, me too. But what if I told you I'm going to buy a PlayStation 5 in just 30 days, starting with exactly $0? No rich parents, no lucky giveaway, no magic crypto coin that suddenly goes to the moon. Just a timer, a goal, and a challenge that sounds slightly insane. Over the next month, every dollar will have to be earned, saved, or multiplied using real strategies that almost anyone can try. Some ideas will probably fail, some might surprise me, and there's a very real chance I won't make it. But that's exactly what makes this interesting. So before day one even begins, there's one question we need to answer. What's the smartest way to turn absolutely nothing into $800? Before making a single dollar, I needed one thing most people skip: a plan. Because I'll just hustle harder sounds motivational. Right until day 3, when you're tired, broke, and somehow watching PS5 unboxing videos instead of earning money. So I broke the challenge into simple rules. First, no borrowing money. Second, no gambling, sketchy apps, or get-rich-quick nonsense. Third, every dollar has to come from creating value for someone else. That one rule changes everything. People don't pay you because you need money. They pay because you solve a problem. Behavioral researchers have shown that breaking a huge goal into smaller milestones dramatically increases the chance of sticking with it. $800 feels intimidating, but $27 a day? Suddenly, it looks like something you can actually attack. So my mission isn't buy a PS5. My mission is simply to win today, then tomorrow, then repeat. That means looking everywhere for opportunities people usually ignore, selling things I no longer use, offering quick local services, flipping underpriced items online, completing freelance gigs, or using skills that cost nothing to start. It's less about working nonstop and more about spotting hidden value. Of course, every idea sounds brilliant until reality gets involved. What if nobody buys anything? What if I waste an entire day making exactly $0? That's where this challenge gets interesting, because the first real test arrives much sooner than I expected. Day 1 started with the most valuable resource I actually had, things I wasn't using. Most of us own items that quietly collect dust while pretending to be useful someday. That someday usually never arrives. So I searched every drawer, shelf, and closet like I was hunting for buried treasure. An old keyboard, a pair of headphones, a camera accessory I forgot existed. Suddenly, my room looked less like a bedroom and more like a tiny thrift store with surprisingly decent inventory. Selling unused items isn't just about making quick cash. Economists call this reducing opportunity cost. Every object sitting unused represents money that's frozen instead of working for you. The moment someone else values it more than you do, selling becomes a smart trade, not a sacrifice. Of course, listing products online sounds easy until you realize everyone else's photos look like they were taken inside a professional studio. Mine looked like evidence from a police investigation. So I cleaned every item, used natural lighting, wrote honest descriptions, and priced everything competitively. Small improvements can create surprisingly big differences. Then came the waiting game. Refresh, nothing. Refresh again, still nothing. It's amazing how often you can check your phone before admitting it isn't magically creating customers. But just when I started questioning the entire plan, my first notification appeared. It wasn't worth hundreds of dollars, but it proved something much bigger. This challenge had officially begun, and momentum is a powerful thing. By the second week, I realized something unexpected. The challenge wasn't really about making money anymore. It was about becoming the kind of person who notices opportunities everywhere. Once your brain starts looking for value instead of excuses, the world feels completely different. A neighbor needs help moving furniture. A local business needs simple social media posts. Someone wants an old bike repaired or a marketplace listing written. None of these jobs are glamorous, but neither is staying broke. The biggest lesson came from something psychologists often call the progress principle. Research suggests that seeing even small, visible progress boosts motivation far more than waiting for one massive breakthrough. Every sale, every small job, every extra dollar made the next step feel easier. Momentum isn't magic, it's psychology. Of course, there were setbacks. One buyer disappeared after promising to pay. Another negotiated so aggressively, I started wondering if he was trying to buy the shirt I was wearing too. Some days ended with almost nothing earned except experience. Frustrating? Absolutely. But every failed attempt made the next one a little smarter. As the total kept climbing, the PS5 slowly transformed from a dream into a real unrealistic target. The countdown, however, wasn't slowing down. With only a handful of days left, I still wasn't at $800. I had one final strategy left, and it was either going to finish this challenge or completely destroy it. 30 days ago, I had $0 and one ridiculously ambitious goal. Whether I crossed the finish line at exactly $800 or fell just short, this challenge ended up proving something far more valuable than whether I could afford a PS5. Money isn't always about luck, talent, or finding some secret side hustle. More often, it's about noticing opportunities, taking action before you feel ready, and refusing to quit after the first few failures. The PS5 is just the trophy. The real prize is learning that small, consistent actions can completely change your situation faster than endless planning ever will. If this challenge inspired you, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start with whatever you already have, even if it's almost nothing. And who knows, maybe the next unbelievable challenge won't be mine. Maybe it'll be yours. So the only question left is, what would you try if you had just 30 days to change everything?